Hello and welcome to Mr. Rag, Miss Woodruff, and Mrs. K's way of flipping without flopping. Now, if you think this video is about flipping a DQ Blizzard and having it not end up on the floor, I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong place. Instead, this video is talking about flipping a classroom in either a middle school or a high school and being able to have it be more student-centric. The agenda of this video is to talk about flipped classrooms and how a flipped classroom is different from a traditional model. We're going to have you walk in our students' shoes, which, spoiler alert, you're already doing. And number 3, we're going to have you go from the student role that you're currently in to seeing the teacher role, how you can implement all this data collection and help make your classroom more efficient. So first, what is a flipped classroom? In a nutshell, it's the idea of taking a traditional classroom where the teacher is the sage on the stage and we're always in the front, lecturing today. Homework might be a bunch of different problems. Students are doing all of the work at home and the teacher is doing all the work in the classroom. What we're talking about is taking this and flipping it so no longer is it this way, but now we're going to be looking at the classroom where the teacher's role is more of the guide on the side, having students work in groups instead of individually. And the activity is today, and your online lecture is where students are able to get all the content. Well, not all, but most of the content for the different class. Here's an example of how students go through this process on a daily basis. So if we look right here and going to our website, there's usually a learning log that has all of our different information of all the different assignments. So the first one is introductory. Now, doesn't this look kind of familiar? Well, of course it is, because this is exactly what you just did. You are currently watching this flipping without flopping video. Don't you remember about that flipping with the DQ Blizzard and making sure it doesn't fall on the floor? Well, after you're done with this video, you are going to be going down and you're going to be scrolling down till you see a Google form. Here you're going to be entering some information and getting started on what we consider to be the student's homework. So just right now, you just learned about how we use Google Docs as learning logs, also how we use video for instruction, and last but not least, how we have been using the Google Forms as homework. So after completing the Google form, you're going to press submit, and you'll see that there happen to actually be answers to the Google form you just did, but I don't want to focus on that. That'll give it away. So after you go through this process, we've just finished the student role, and we're now going to go to the teacher role. After a student submits their form, once you go to a spreadsheet where the form collects all the data, you can actually see instantaneously what time the student completed, what information they gave, their sign-in number, all of their different answers, what they want to learn about, and any questions or comments that they have. Instant feedback in a flash. The only problem is, if you have over 130 students, how are you going to know who did the form and who didn't? Now, I hope you didn't think we'd leave you hanging. What we've done here is there's actually a way to be able to see multiple different assignments, and when a student actually completes it, so previously for my 99 sign-in number, if a student completes it, it will pop up right here anytime that they actually did it. So, although here it tells me the timestamp, this collector item right here actually tells me who did the assignment, and if it says NA, that means nobody has. Which makes sense because sign-in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 are just coming in this morning. Soon we'll actually be showing you the completed form to see who and who did not complete it. And even more fun than that, all of these different things that we've just covered in this video, you will have an opportunity to try to create your own today. Overall, we just gave you a lot of different information and we know you have plenty of questions, so make sure you fill out the Google form. We're also going to be going over, obviously, how we see the changes have been in the classroom. Now, you're going to see that there's 3 very different people today presenting this information, but because we're different, it makes us stronger. So thank you so much, Miss Woodruff, Mr. Rag, and Mrs. Condrict are so excited to be able to answer your questions and hopefully help you flip without flopping.